We be live. Hello, everyone. Please make sure you like the stream. Today, I am going to be a bit angry because of what I've discovered that I decided I want to share with you guys. And I can't understand why some of you people living in the UK are not more angry, because the more I research what is happening in the UK, the more I feel like the backlash hasn't been even remotely close as enough as it should be. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing there. Like, you are not defending your country in the way that you should be. A lot of you. I hope more of you wake up, and I hope a lot of you share this video, like this video, so that we could all get appropriately angry. It was insane what I discovered when I went to research this video. Let me actually put it on the screen. Please confirm in the live chat that you have liked the stream, because I really need more people to watch this content. I really do need that. And your likes is going to get this content in front of more eyeballs. Make sure you like, make sure once the stream is over, you leave a comment. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. So this is a video from Ali Dawah's channel. Let me actually make sure my audio is working. Make sure you share this video. Fantastic. Everything is good. This is a video from Ali Dawah. People who watch this channel a lot, they know Ali Dawah. Ali Dawah is one of the biggest Dawah channels. You know, people who advertise Islam and promote Islam and fight against liberalism, Zionism, secularism, and all that stuff. Ali Dawah is one of the. He's based in the UK. Him and Muhammad Hijab, and also Smile to Jannah. These are the three top English-speaking Islamic YouTube channels. And he just had a video. We'll watch it together, and I'll tell you what is so insane about this. Okay, so let's watch it.
Coming from countries like Bangladesh.
So, by the way, so for people who are not familiar with Starmer, this is Starmer. He's the leader of Labour Party in the UK, which is, so for people who are not based in the UK, let me just mention, this is the guy that is going to probably be the the next prime minister in the UK. The Labour Party is the most popular party in the UK. In the next elections, they just want to completely destroy everyone else, including the Conservative Party. And he's the leader of it. And obviously, based on their name, it's obvious that they're extremely leftist. And they are, when it comes to immigration, they are very soft on immigration. They seem to have them and both I don't know, actually both them and the Conservative Party seem to be not taking immigration very seriously, and they have basically just opened the door to they have opened the gates to the barbarians, and they seem to not be caring that much about what's happening to their country. But again, here it seems like Starmer is taking a tough stance against something, and Ali Dawah wants to criticize it using someone else's video. We'll see. So now we have the proper context. Also, people who are watching from the UK, please let me know regards to what you think about this guy. What's your stance on him? What's your stance? Like, do you support him? Do you not support him? Are you against him? I want a lot of people who are not, because our audience is very global. I want your commentary on this guy and what he's saying, and also on Ali Dawah, to be shown on the screen, so that the people who are watching have a good understanding of what people from the UK, what their opinions are about this guy. So, and everything else that we're watching today. So let's watch this together.
Coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed. Bangladesh. They will go back to the countries where people come from.
Keir Starmer, Mukbondakor, Betadong.
So he's going to have a short ad at the beginning of his video. Let's just go through it really quickly, so I don't want to miss any part of it.
Do you want to speak with confidence like these amazing personalities? Every single one of these amazing speakers have taken the same program with Brother Muhammad Arshad.
Muhammad Arshad has helped develop all of us.
It's extremely beneficial to do this course.
Definitely recommend this course.
To access the free, life-changing training now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. Keir Starmer, the absolute joke, the absolute sellout, a man with no morals, as long as his Zionist friends are paying him. He, for some odd reason...
As long as the Zionist, a guy with no morals, as long as the Zionist, also the Zionist guys are paying him. So right with in the very few seconds of his opening, we have an anti-Semitic trope, an anti-Semitic, spreading anti-Semitism, which is completely, I guess, fine for YouTube and everything, and these people get to just keep making money off of spreading their filth and their racism against Jewish people. Again, look how he's talking. Like the video is not even about Jewish people or Israel or Zionism, but they have to have to get their anti-Semitic talking points right in there, even if it has nothing to do with this video. Amazing.
The absolute joke, the absolute sellout, a man with no morals, as long as his Zionist friends are paying him. He, for some odd reason, we're not going for the Palestinians, but for this time he is going for the Bangladeshi community, very oddly. Why? I mean, it's so bizarre. I mean, what happened?
Why? I wonder. First of all, it's not about the Bangladeshi community in the UK, you idiot. You have no idea what he's talking about. Again, I'm not going to defend him because he backtracked and apologized after he said that. But the Bangladeshi community, probably like you're referring to the wider general Bangladeshi people who are living in the UK and they're UK citizens. And you're like, why is he talking? Why is he targeting them? Well, first of all, you're misrepresenting what's happening. And also, I will tell you why, because I actually, unlike you, I went and did some research before making this video.
It's so bizarre. I mean, what happened? Did your curry get served extra spicy? Did it have a fiery exit? What happened? What's caused you to go for the...
Oh wow, great logical arguments. Like, why are you targeting the Bangladeshi community? Did they give you like some spicy curry food, and then you had to? Yeah. These are very hard hitting points. Okay, this is like Ali Dawah with the logic and with the evidence of why this is wrong. Yeah, so let me see if it gets any better.
Did it have a fiery exit? What happened? What's caused you?
Oh, very funny.
Go for the Bengali community out of all communities. A community that is, there are millions of them here who were brought by your government here, subhanAllah, who served the UK, and in many ways, subhanAllah, the Bangladeshi community have supported the UK, served, they work hard, they're hardworking individuals who support their families, subhanAllah, has given great services to the UK, but no, he's going to deport them back. Here is what this...
He's going to deport who back? Who's he? Guys, tell me, please, do you think, who's he deporting back? Like Starmer, who is he talking about? Like, oh, he wants to deport the entire Bangladeshi community that lives in the UK back? Is that what he's referring to? Because the part of the clip that you showed us is it's a very small amount. Based on my experience with Ali Dawah and him taking clips out of context, I'm assuming that here there's something missing, even without checking, even before I went and did the research, I was like, this is probably something that he's just clipping out without actually giving people the context. And if you actually look at the context, I was almost sure that if I go look at the context, this is not what's happening. But when I went and looked at the context, not only was I right, I was so extremely angry about what UK is doing. And why are you guys not taking your country's security and safety and future seriously? Like, do you guys even know that, you have a country that you're supposed to protect? Like, you're not even doing the basics. You're not even doing the ABCs of protecting your countries. And I will show you how. I will show you why. This was such an insane case when I went and looked at it. So let's see what's happening.
Guy had to say, let's watch it for ourselves, inshallah.
I could not.
Oh, so this is the leader of the Workers' Party. His name is George Galloway. So Ali Dawah, not having any points himself, just went and found that guy's video responding to Starmer. Let's see what he has to say.
Who support their families, subhanAllah, has given great services to the UK, but no, he's going to deport them back. Here is what this guy had to say. Let's watch it for ourselves.
This guy, he didn't even bother to go look up his name. This guy.
I could not believe my ears when I saw the video of Keir Starmer today attacking the Bangladeshi community. Not once, but twice.
people coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed. They will go back. They will go back to the countries where people come from.
He attacked them by name. What did the Bangladeshis do? Other than loyally.
I will tell you, I will stop like this idiot. This is not even, guys, you guys are screwed. This is your politician. It's one thing for Ali Dawah to be this stupid and not even representing not actually giving you the full context of what was said. And I will show you what this was about. It's another thing for your own politicians. For your own politicians, this is your politician coming out and screaming about this and complaining as if this was a racist attack on the Bangladeshi community. This was none of that. But listen to this. Listen to this guy.
They support Labour, generation after generation, only to see themselves on TV being spoken about as if they were illegal aliens arriving on the beach.
Did he talk about all of the Bangladeshi community? He was, again,
on the south coast. The Bengalis are the hardest working people in Britain, working till 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning they get home. The people in the kitchens, waiting on the tables. They've built a multi-billion-pound industry in Britain. They've made more contribution to the economy of Britain. Head for head.
I will check all of this. I will go back to every single line that he's saying. Once I just want you guys to have a full understanding of what's happening, but I will go back and I will fact check everything this guy is saying line by line. I can't fact check Ali Dawah because Ali Dawah didn't say a single thing. Ali Dawah was just making jokes. He's incapable of actually making an argument. That's why he had to put this guy. This guy is giving you wrong arguments. Ali Dawah gave you nothing. But I'll come back here.
Of any population in Britain, and then they're getting attacked.
People coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed.
As if they were some kind of dirt that we have to sweep off our doorstep. Keir Starmer committed political suicide with the...
So guys, you heard that for yourselves. I mean, I'm gonna have to reply to him in Bengali. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do, inshallah. So I'm gonna say, to him, Muk bondakor, betadong. Keir Starmer, Muk bondakor, betadong. Okay, that's right. You're a waste man. You're a useless man. Shut your mouth. Yes, you have to shut your mouth. Muk bondakor, Muk bondakor, Muk bondakor. Don't make me angry.
Amazing
Shut your
argument.
mouth. How dare you attack this amazing community, this Bangladeshi community, alhamdulillah, who's done so.
By the way, this video by Ali Dawah got 100,000 views, okay? Look at the hard-hitting facts here and the logical arguments here, guys. This is what the Muslim community on YouTube goes to watch. This is what they find compelling.
So much for the Ummah, alhamdulillah, with their food, with their culture.
Somebody's saying, what is he repeating? He's just speaking in Bengali, he's just he's swearing at him in Bengali. It doesn't really matter what he's saying. He's not making any points.
Ummah, alhamdulillah, with their food, with their culture, alhamdulillah, they have done so much, and you are here saying that you are going to send them back. If there's anyone that needs to be sent back, it's you. We need to send you back. Yes? Yeah? God knows where your lineage comes from. Yeah? Are you a German? What are you? Where are you from originally? Yeah? Let's send you back. Yes, what do you offer this country, hey? What do you offer this country? You can't even make curry, mate. All right.
Oh, okay. So he's leaning into the stereotype that white people have no culture. Like, oh, you come from Germany, like you guys have no culture. Is that what he's doing? Is he doing the white people have no culture?
Alhamdulillah, with their food, with their culture, alhamdulillah, they have done so much, and you are here saying that you are going to send them back. If there's anyone that needs to be sent back, it's you. We need to send you back. Yes?
He's not from anywhere. He's
God
from
knows
the UK.
where your lineage comes from. Yeah? Are you a German?
From the UK. His lineage comes from the UK.
What are you? Where are you from originally? Yeah? Let's send you back. Yes? What do you offer this country, hey?
Oh, yeah. He is doing the whole stereotype of white people have no special food or no special culture. Yeah, sure. Like German, French, Italians, they have nothing to offer. It's just like the Bengalis and the Pakistanis and the Syrian people, they just bring culture. You know, I'm so glad that you brought all this culture to the uncultured Europe, which has nothing to offer to the world. Sure.
What do you offer this country? You can't even make curry, mate. All right, on your nights out, on your weekends.
Yeah, reduce the entirety of culture to curry making. Yeah, sure. I mean, you live in London. You know, maybe go around, look at what the British culture has to offer. I mean, you're in Europe, look at what the French and the Germans and Italians have to offer. I'm sure their hands are full of, you know, things they could offer culturally to a society.
When you finish, what do you do? Yeah, let's go have some curry. Susanna, you don't even have a culture. You don't even have a culture yourself. And you are here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was right. He is doing the white people have no culture stereotype. Unbelievable. Maybe somebody send this guy to school. Somebody go make him study the history of Renaissance and, I don't know, ancient Greek, ancient Rome. Somebody go. So I don't. What are you talking about? This whole lie about white people having no culture is the most insane. It's the most insane claim I've ever seen about, like, oh my God. And then they say they accuse other people of racism, and they're like, and they are the ones who actually refer to some of the most cultured people in the world and tell them that they have no culture. I mean, they have so much culture that your entire identity is based on the non-Islamic part, what you're wearing, your glasses, everything, your house, the form of governments in every single Islamic country right now, the fact that they have a parliament, the fact that they have presidents, prime minister, everything comes from countries that were all of the way of life all around the globe is modeled based on what countries that were mostly white came up with. So yeah, they had so much. You know, I know why people think white people have no culture, because they don't recognize white people culture in the same way that fish doesn't recognize water, because they're swimming in it so much that they can't see it. They cannot see that the whole world is a reflection of it. It was just too powerful. You know, the culture, the way of life that came from mostly white countries was so dominating, and it changed the planet in such a way that is so all-encompassing and present everywhere that you just think it's like air. Like, you just think it's like it's so widespread that it's been normalized in the sense that you don't even recognize its existence. It was too successful at being
some curry. Susanna, you don't even have a culture. You don't even have a culture yourself. And you are here attacking the Bengali community who have done so much and offered so much. And your country has gone and literally ransacked that country. And
it's so amazing. He's in the UK, the country that is responsible for the culture of United States, Canada, Australia, the country that the very foundation of the modern way of life, it was two countries, as France and UK is based on. If you go to Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, all these countries, everything they do, the entirety of the structure of every country on the world, their way of life, the way that they organize society, the way that they do politics is changed based on the standards that came out of the United Kingdom. And they're like, what do you have to offer to the world? Are you serious?
Many other countries around the world, and you're here trying to come and have this high moral ground. You are zero. You're bankrupt. You're intellectually bankrupt. Yes, you are morally bankrupt. You can't even stick.
He says you're intellectually bankrupt. The person that has nothing but jokes and no arguments. The person you call the other side intellectually bankrupt. You couldn't even make an argument against Starmer. You had to play another guy's video because you didn't actually have anything to say yourself to be able to respond. You couldn't even make dumb arguments. You're so dumb that you're even below making dumb arguments because you have nothing.
Up for the Palestinians' rights. So it's not at a shock to come to us that now after you do not defend the Palestinians who have been massacred, you randomly attack the Bengali community. So brothers and sisters, as you can see, alhamdulillah, a special message to our Bengali community as well. This is the reason why your parents and our parents, I'm not from Bangladesh or Kurdish, Turkish, but tell us to build back home. You know why? Because it's a reality. These people would kick us out the very next day. And that's exactly what's happened. It happened with Shamima Begum, as you can see. It's just a double standard, alhamdulillah.
Begum's was ISIS. What are you talking about? That's your example? You want to use as they've been so unfair to us. Look what they did to an ISIS member. Is that your example? Unbelievable. And then they tell us they're not ISIS sympathizers.
And put all this aside. Okay, if they're coming for your culture today, from your background, your race, where you're from, imagine, subhanAllah.
Oh wait, start that comment. I'm going to go back to it. Okay, I'll start it. That's a good comment to highlight. I will go back to it soon.
Your religion.
Wait, actually, let me read it right now. Robert Oppenheimer, okay, so saying, I'm a Bangladeshi ex-Muslim, and I can say Bengali culture is being destroyed by Islam day by day in Bangladesh. The whole culture has been Arabized. Okay, that's a very interesting point. Thank you so much for mentioning that.
Okay, these people don't even like you for your color and what you look like, let alone your religion. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. These people, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, they will never be happy with you until you leave your religion. Yes? Step by step you follow them until you say, I am not a Muslim anymore. I am not a Bengali, I'm a white. These people who have these, coconuts. Yes? Unless you say that, they are not happy with you. So, like I said before, brothers and sisters, Mukbandakor, shut your mouth, Keir Starmer. Do not attack the Bengali community, alhamdulillah. Brothers and sisters, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and family. I thought I'd just let you guys know what kind of an absolute moron he is. I don't vote. I'm not getting involved in voting. But if you are, you definitely know another party you should not vote for. That's what I'm going to say, inshallah. Right. May Allah bless you guys, inshallah. Till next time, assalamu alaikum.
So let's look at what actually happened. Okay, so let's look at what actually happened. So, by the way, remember this last part. Like, let's not vote for Labour because they're too anti, I don't know, immigration or Bengali community. So, first of all, if I want more people to watch this, because if anybody isn't Labour or any of the other of the leftist parties that are there that think that by giving into these the Muslim community, they're going to get satisfied and they're going to come vote for you. Nothing is ever going to be good enough for them. Like, you might as well just reflect the part of the population that wants to maintain their culture and their values and their way of life. Because if you give in to these people, they will not be satisfied. They will still want more and more and more. It's a losing game. Like, if you think like, okay, yeah, there's part of the population that is anti-immigration, but there's also there's this Islamic voter base, they are not going to get satisfied. Like, you can see, like, and I will show you what actually happened. Let me actually show, because let's see what actually Starmer said. So Starmer actually had to come and apologize. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. And if you, I'm not going to read this entire article. You could go read it and other articles about this. But if you go actually listen to what he said, so what we're now being made to believe is that he was like, kick the Bengali people out of the UK. And that's a backlash. So why are you targeting the Bengali community? I wanted to go see, I don't like the leader of Labour would not say anything like that. He probably was talking about something else. Let me go actually see what he was talking about. And what he was talking about made me go like, what the fuck are you guys doing there? Like, are you serious? I will tell you what happened. What was he referring to? And if you're from the UK, please tell me if you knew about this. Because if you didn't, I have to let you know as a non-UK citizen that they're ruining, that you are destroying your own country. You're not doing the very basic of what is necessary to defend your country. So, based on my research and what Starmer said during that event and then after, Starmer said at the moment, people coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed because they are not being processed. Okay, so why was he talking about Bangladesh? Does anybody know why he was talking about Bangladesh? So here's what I found out. Bangladesh is considered a safe country in the context of asylum claims. This means that, generally speaking, the UK government does not consider Bangladesh to be a country where people face widespread persecution or danger that would qualify them for asylum. And here's gets interesting. The UK has a former agreement with Bangladesh that allows for the return of Bangladeshi nationals who do not have the right to remain in the UK. This could include failed asylum seekers, visa overstays, or those who entered the country illegally. Starmer was criticizing the current government's handling of asylum claims and deportations. He was arguing that even in cases where there are clear agreements and procedures in place, like Bangladesh, the system was not working effectively. By clarifying this point, Starmer was trying to emphasize that he wasn't singling out the Bangladesh or Bangladeshi people specifically as a problem. Rather, he was using Bangladesh as an example for a country where, in his view, the existing systems for managing immigration and asylum claims were not being properly utilized. His intention was to highlight what he saw as systemic failures in the UK's immigration policy and enforcement, rather than to make any statement about Bangladeshi people or immigrants in general. So, do you understand what just happened? In fact, now that I understand what I will explain to you, but now that I understand this, you guys should be talking about Bangladesh as an example more. You have a country where people are filing asylum claims left and right, and I will show you the numbers and how insane it is, from a country that is completely categorized as a safe country. And people are coming out and filing false asylum claims, and the UK already has an agreement with Bangladesh that, yeah, okay, these are false, I'm going to send them back. So even though Bangladesh has been marked as a safe country, even though there's an agreement between the UK and Bangladesh regarding these false asylum cases, they're not being sent back. You have all the legal procedures in place, all the agreements in place, the understanding that these are failed, the agreement among all parties. This is the minimum. Like, this is nobody in the right mind could be against this. This is the minimum you could do when it comes to enforcing immigration laws in your country. People who are filing false asylum cases with the proper agreements in places to send them back. And you're not even doing that. And now Starmer is coming and apologizing for referring to this. They're like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that. You should be shouting this over the rooftops. Forget about all the other immigration cases that you are messing up and just opening the gates to too many people. You're not even doing the ones that you already have the laws in place. That is an obvious case of sending people back. It's already legal. It's already in place. It's already in agreement with Bangladesh. It's already obvious that these people don't belong here. He's not talking about even the Bangladeshi community living in the UK. He's talking about these people. He's saying that we already have the framework and the agreement and the laws to send them back, and we're still not sending them back. And then he came and apologized for saying this. You understand that even the most basic attempts in enforcing your border policy and immigration laws, even that, because you're giving a country as an example, they're calling it racist. They're calling even that racist. There's nothing you could do that will not be called racist. If this is racist, then everything is racist. This is not even beginning to enforce your immigration laws. And even you're like, oh my God, we have a problem here with Bangladesh. Did you say Bangladesh? I'm losing control. Hold on, give me a second. I'm losing control. Did you say Bangladesh? You must be racist. So what am I supposed to do as a politician? The fact that Starmer came and apologized for this, the fact that Starmer came and apologized for me, that means they're screwed. You're gone. You're done. Say goodbye to. Oh my God! I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to exaggerate. Stop me from exaggerating. The fact that you can't. Starmer is like, hey, people are coming here from Bangladesh. This is obviously a safe country. We already have an agreement. We already have the laws in place. Why are these people not coming back, going back? And this is first of all, there's two things that you need to be outraged about. 3. First one is like, how is this even happening? How is this even happening? So this is number 1. Tell me if you're from the UK, did you know about this? Because I will give you more details. How is this even happening? Forget about like, hey, maybe lower immigrations. Forget about even having laws that reduce immigration from Islamic countries to our country. We're not even enforcing the laws that we already have. What's the point of even changing the laws? So that's the outrage. First outrage. Like they're outraged about like look at the actual outrage that is happening in the UK right now over this. People are outraged that like, oh my God, why did you talk about Bangladesh? You must be racist. That's the outrage. But the actual 3 outrage that it should be is this one, number 1. 2, how is this called racist? Like I cannot refer to any countries. What if? Here's the thing. What if Starmer came and said like we're having too many people coming in from France, Ukraine, or Poland? We have like these people are coming out and they're overstaying their visa and we should like enforce that law. Would that be racist? So that's the second outrage. The third outrage should be like, the third outrage, which is the worst, is why is Starmer apologizing for this? You're fucked if you have to apologize for this. You should have doubled down. You should have been like, what are you talking about? This is a law that we have this agreement with Bangladesh as a country. They agree with this. I will try to respond to some of your comments in the last 10 minutes or something at the end of the show. Okay. Let me actually read more about some of the things that I found out, okay? I will also go to George Galloway's point. I answer it line by line. Oh, actually, before I do that, so George Galloway was like, oh my God, the Bangladeshi community, why are you being so insulting? I don't know what's the deal with this politician. I went to go and look what this guy's record was, like on what he says about migrants. This guy seems to be all over the place. This guy doesn't seem to have any value. He's supposed to be like a hard leftist, but he is worse than that. Because look at what he says here. So what it seems to, he just jumps around when it comes to being for immigration, anti-immigration. He just not to have any solid foundation. He's just chasing votes. He just says what he thinks. Let me know, guys. George Galloway, you people from the UK, what are your opinions about this guy? Because he himself has been very anti-immigration whenever it suits him, and then pro-immigrants whenever he suits them. And look at, he's like, oh my God, Starmer said something so insulting. But this is his views just recently. Listen to this.
But it cannot be contradicted that we have governments in Washington and London more concerned with the borders of Ukraine and whether someplace called Kupiansk is on one side or the other of that line, even though it's been in 4 countries in the last 100 years, than they are about their own borders. We have already, and it's only February, 65,000 people. Uncharted, undocumented, unvetted. We've no idea who they are. Although we know most of them are men, and most of them are fighting age men at that, who are now being put up in at least three-star hotels, sometimes a little better even than that, at the expense of the public, potentially forever more. When our forces cannot interdict a single one of the boats bringing illegal migrants or refugee claimants for asylum, we can't know which until their cases are heard, and their cases have a backlog of hundreds of thousands. And you have the same thing on your border. How can you have governments that care more about other people's borders than their own borders?
Well, George Galloway, Starmer was talking about enforcing the laws to send back some of these people who are filing false asylum cases, and you got offended and acted like he was a racist. So this guy's a freaking hypocrite. I don't understand. Like, he says something here and then the opposite somewhere else. He wasn't targeting the entirety of the Bangladeshi community. He was just talking about the asylum people who are coming from a safe country. The reason why he was talking about Bangladesh, because that was an example of a country that has been marked as safe, and people were still coming out and filing asylum cases in the thousands. I understand that some people might be, I don't know, an ex-Muslim from Bangladesh might have a case of that it's not safe for me in Bangladesh, but in the thousands marked as false asylum cases. And when your politicians want to talk about sending them back because they're false asylum cases, they're like, oh my God, what did the Bangladeshi community do wrong? What's the deal with this guy? Hey, Ali Dawah, did you know the guy that you're celebrating as the person who's doing a good response to Starmer? Did you know that this is what he says? Do you know that he's also allowing these people who are filing for asylums left and right to come into your country? Did you know that before? Did you check who this guy is and what he has said before you use him for making the arguments that you cannot make? Let me actually put back Ali Dawah. Oh, no, actually, no, yeah. Let me actually go put this video back and listen to the part that this Galloway guy was making his points.
They're hardworking individuals who support their families. SubhanAllah has given great services to the UK, but no, he's going to deport them back. Here is what this guy had to say. Let's watch it for ourselves, inshallah.
I could not believe my ears when I saw the video of Keir Starmer today attacking the Bangladeshi community. Not once, but twice.
People coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed. They will go back to the countries where people come from.
He attacked them by name. What did the Bangladeshis do?
Okay, what did the Bangladeshis do? First of all, he's talking about the specific Bangladeshi people who are coming from, he says, like, coming from Bangladesh because it's a safe country. And let me tell you what those specific people did, okay? So let me actually show you. Let me put this on screen. This is my source. I'm not going to go read the entire article, but I have a summary for you guys, so I will just read the summary, okay? See, I went and found these information and I summarized it for you, and I'm going to read the summary, but if you want to go do a deep dive, you could. So here's the summary. There has been a significant rise in asylum claims from Bangladeshi nationals who initially entered the UK on valid visas. In the year leading up to March 2023, nearly 11,000 Bangladeshis entered Britain. Again, remember, they're filing asylum cases from Bangladesh. It's not like a war-torn country. It's not, they're not hunting them down and killing them. Okay, it's not 11,000. Okay, 11,000 Bangladeshis entered Britain on visas and then lodged asylum claims within 12 months. This increase in visa abuse. Okay, this is not a far-right source. It's referring to these as visa abuse. Okay, that's what Starmer. This is what Starmer had to apologize for. We're like, oh yeah, let's send back people who are abusing our visa system. Let's send them back. You must be racist. What did the Bangladeshi community ever do? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You have lost your mind. The fact that Starmer has to come and apologize for this means the forces that sees this as racist, sees this as making he's the most powerful politician right now in your country, given how Labour is doing in the polls. And he has to bend the knee to saying the most basic things about enforcing your immigration laws. Like, oh, people are abusing the visas coming from Bangladesh. Oh, you singled out Bangladesh. You must be racist. And then he bends the knee and he says, I apologize. Yeah, you lost it. You lost it. You lost your country. What are you doing? You need to change this. So this increase in visa abuse has likely overwhelmed the existing system. In the years leading up to March 2023, there was a notable increase in the number of Bangladeshi nationals. Okay, I already read that part here. Okay, so this next part is going to be, oh, so why is this happening? Some Bangladeshi nationals may be using the asylum system as a way to gain entry and stay in the UK, even though their claims may not meet the criteria for asylum. The asylum process can be lengthy, and during this time, applicants are often granted the right to work or access other benefits. Okay, so you're like here, hey, I'm going to file an asylum. Well, this seems false. Well, let's take years into seeing if this is false or not. And while you're at it, here's some benefits for you. Let's use the taxpayer money to just give you some benefits while we wait for years to see if your case is actually valid or not. Amazing. Amazing. This may incentivize. Oh, so he says, the article says, the fact that during this time applicants are often granted the right to work and access other benefits, this may incentivize some to abuse the system. So even if here's the thing, this is how it works. They're just coming here. Even if they're eventually sent back, this is still a win for them. Of course they're going to come abuse the asylum system. Let me come in, stay in the UK for a couple of years, just barter the entire, cost the entire legal system and into all their other benefits that they're giving me with their taxpayer, and also stay there. And even if they kick me out, I have made a good money in the meantime. I could just take that back to my country. And here's the thing. Somebody might say, okay, yeah, we give them benefits. Yes, they are making the legal system cost more money for the taxpayer, but they're also working. And when they're working, they're boosting the economy and they're paying taxes and shit like that. Well, I actually looked into that. Which we'll get into, because that's usually what I assume. Immigration has some boost the economy. Usually it does, right? But I actually did some research. I'm not just going to assume things, right? So let me actually finish this asylum part, and then we'll go to the economy, because I went and dug into 4 different studies when it comes to how they impact, the economy. The surge in asylum claims from Bangladeshi nationals has likely overwhelmed the existing system, making it more difficult to efficiently process and deport those whose claims are ultimately rejected. The increase in visa abuse has probably contributed to the perceived need for the UK and Bangladesh to a new, more streamlined agreement on returns. Addressing this issue of visa abuse is likely a key priority for both governments in order to ensure the effective management of immigration and asylum flows between the two countries. Here's the interesting part. This guy is saying, oh my God, the Bangladeshi community in the UK. Here's another 4th reason that you should be outraged. You know who should be outraged? You know who should be also outraged? The Bangladeshi people who came to the UK going through the legal channels. Okay, so you're like, oh my God, this is such an offense to the Bangladeshi community. If I was part of the Bangladeshi community, I wouldn't be offended by Starmer saying that we should be sending these people back. I would be offended by Starmer not doing something to send them back already. I would be like, what? I would be like, hey, what's happened to my rights? I went through the procedure. I did all the legal things. I took all the steps necessary to come here legally. Why are these people coming in illegally? I would be offended. I would be offended as a Bangladeshi. But why are you letting these people in? You know the hoops that I had to jump through to come to this country? Why are you making it so easy for these people? I came to this country because this is a country that respects the rule of law. Why are you not enforcing your own fucking laws? And you know who else? Here's a fifth source of anger and outrage. People who need asylum. Okay. If you are an ex-Muslim Bangladeshi being hunted down by Muslims in Bangladesh, trying to get out of there, trying to go to a safe country where your life is not in danger, you should be angry. So the Bangladeshi that is stuck in Bangladesh because 11,000 people are abusing the system, even though they're not in danger for their own economic gains, I would be offended as a legitimate asylum seeker. That's who should be outraged. So both the Bangladeshis that are in the UK, who came here legally, and the Bangladeshis who are in Bangladesh, who are in danger, who are because they're not 11,000. Their claims are not going to get processed because these idiots have overwhelmed the system. Look at the misplaced outrage all around. The racism allegation. They're not actually prioritizing, they're not enforcing the laws that you already have in if this is so racist against Bangladeshis, why is Bangladesh has signed this agreement with the UK? Oh wow, the Bangladeshi government has signed an agreement with the UK that is racist against Bangladeshi people. That Starmer is like, yeah, maybe we should be enforcing that. No, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. I didn't want to be racist. I apologize. Amazing. You guys have lost it. Like what? Like why are you not outraged that people are outraged? Why are you not outraged? Where are the British people? Where are the British people attacking Starmer for this apology? I see people in the UK attacking Starmer for trying to enforce the laws. I'm not seeing people in the UK being outraged that he made this apology for bending the knee. That's what you should be angry about. Oh my God, let's listen to the rest of it. Guys, like the stream. I need more people to see this. Like the stream so that more people see this. Why haven't you liked the stream already on YouTube? Guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, come over on YouTube, Atheist Republic YouTube. We need you there. We need the YouTube channel to grow.
Support Labour. Generation after generation, only to see themselves on TV being spoken about as if they were illegal aliens arriving on the beach on the south coast. The Bengalis are the hardest working people in Britain, working till 2 o'clock.
Okay. The Bengali people are the hardest working in Britain. Okay. That seems like something to support a community, but that's at the expense of everywhere else. Everyone else. Like, are you sure about that? Like, this is not a support of the Bengali community in the UK. This is an attack on everyone else. Do you have any source that the Bengalis are the hardest working people in the UK? Do you have any evidence? Because I was like, oh, really? That's interesting. Let me go find some credible sources that actually shows that that's the case. And I found nothing. I found nothing to suggest that. In fact, I found something that was quite illuminating that actually changed my mind about immigration to a certain extent. But do you want me to show my studies? Okay, let me actually highlight. This is what I found. Okay, so these are my sources. This and this, and then this. And then this. Okay, again, I'm not gonna go and just do a deep dive in all of this. I just want to show these on the screen so that if anybody wants to go do their own deep dive, they could do that. Okay, but here's what I found when it comes to the impact, the economic impact, because when you're talking about hardest working, how do you measure work? You measure work by the contribution people have to the economy, right? And I used to say, immigration in many cases is a net positive to the economy, but the economy is not all. Long term, if your values and the culture of your society changes, the net cost to the economy would be negative. But based on the research that I've done, even when it comes to accepting immigration from certain countries in the UK, that's not even the case, that this is a net positive. So this is what I found. So let's actually fact check everything that these people are saying, right? This is based on UK studies by the government. Like this is not like a far right claim or something like that. Okay. This is what they found. A small amount of high-skilled immigration can be beneficial for UK GDP per capita and productivity. However, this is new to me. I didn't know this, okay? However, the majority of immigrants, around 70%, have been working in low and medium-skilled roles, which has likely been a physical cost for the UK rather than a benefit. Wow, okay. Migrants, this is insane. This is insane. I didn't know this. Migrants from the EU, okay, not migrants from these Islamic countries or other places, migrants from the EU, original member states, made a net positive fiscal contribution of over 4 billion in 2016 and 2017. So this is migrants that are coming from other EU countries. In contrast, non-EEA migrants cost the exchequer 9 billion in the same year, significantly outweighing the positive contributions from EU migrants. Estimates suggest that immigration has been a considerable net fiscal cost to the UK, with one study finding a total cost of 114 billion from 1995 till 2012. And these are the years that immigrations were not as high as we have them right now. More recent estimates put the annual net fiscal cost to around 13 billion in 2014 and 15 and 4.3 billion in 2016 and 17. Migrants from EU original members, so we get into more details over there. The difference in fiscal impact suggests that EU migrants, particularly from the original member state, tend to be more economically productive and contribute more to the UK economy per capita compared to non-EU migrants. Let me see. Well, the annual cost. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into so much detail, but because my summary is actually longer than what I just read you. But it gets more darker and darker the more I read about it, right? So that's what, like, when I went digging to figure out, like, where is he getting this whole Bangladeshi community are the most contributing and the most hardest working, I went to look it up, and I found that no, if you want actually migration that improves the UK's economy, you should just focus on migration from other EU countries or skilled labor. Low-skilled workers, it seems to be having a net. And here's the thing. Why is it a net cost? Here's the reason why it's a net cost. Because, like, why is it a net cost? They're coming and working and paying tax. Okay, so here's the reason. This means that the taxes and other economic contributions of EU migrants from the original member states exceeded the public services and benefits they received from the UK government. In contrast, non-EEA, EEA means non-European Economic Area migrants, which includes those from outside the EU, cost exchequer 9 billion in the same year. This is why this is a cost. This means their use of public services and benefits outweighed their tax contributions. The difference in fiscal impact suggests that, I already read that part. So basically everything that the so-called far-right parties have been telling the public for years, the studies from UK's own government has been saying the same things. The studies that the UK government conducts themselves says the same things. But if you say that publicly, you all of a sudden become far-right. By the way, I noticed that in France, that Marine Le Pen's national rally has now the highest number of seats than any other party, the news is like, oh, the far right is in power right now. The term far right is used to show that you are the exception, that you are unique, that you are the minority. How are you still far right when you have the highest number of seats? Like, you're the norm. You're the norm. Like, you're not the far right, you're just right. All right, let's listen to this rest of this. Hold on.
2 o'clock in the morning they get home. The people in the kitchens, waiting on the tables. They've built a multi-billion-pound industry in Britain.
Yeah, this is not, these are anecdotal evidence. Okay, if you want to actually check the impact, you go look at studies like I do. You don't give examples, you actually look at the net. Okay, what is the net effect? The net effect. I check the net effect. You're just using one, you're just looking at one side of the picture.
They've made more contribution to the economy of Britain, head for head, of any population in Britain, and then they're getting...
Citation needed, sir. Citation needed. I gave my citation. Where is your source?
Attacked. People coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed.
As if they were some kind of dirt that we have to sweep off our doorstep.
Oh, yeah, guys. So people coming out and abusing your visa system, abusing your asylum structure that you have in place, and you're like, okay, these are illegal, we should send them back. That is treating people like dirt. Apparently, to not treat people like dirt, you should just basically ignore the rule of law. For you to be humane and, you know, compassionate, you should just basically it should just be a free-for-all. Okay, you should just, why even have a border then? Why even have a border? Let's be compassionate. Let's just get rid of the very concept of a nation state, just to be compassionate to people. What are you talking about? The very foundations of your society is rest upon you protecting the border integrity of the nation state. And then you have the laws that you're supposed to execute, and you're not even doing that. And that makes you what? That makes you treating people like dirt? In fact, you're treating your own citizens like dirt if you do not protect them. Using the very same laws that you have already put in place. If you don't enforce the laws that you have in place to protect your citizens, you're the one who's treating people like dirt. The people that, as the government, you are in place to protect.
Keir Starmer committed political suicide with the...
So, guys, you heard that for yourself.
Okay, so that was that nonsense. We got a super chat. Thank you so much, Pulley Devar, with the 5 Canadian dollar super chat. Sorry for probably mispronouncing your name. Sorry, not sorry. With the super chat saying, Ayatollah also chips in. Yeah, send them here. We are one Muslim ummah after all. Bangladeshi migrants. Oh God, please no. Actually, that's an interesting point, because we're having now a situation in Iran where the Islamic Republic is realizing that their people are not Islamic enough, and they're losing the young. So that they're opening the doors to migrants from Afghanistan to change the demographic of Iran, because Iran is becoming more and more anti-Islamic, and the regime is realizing that they cannot maintain their power if it keeps going like this. So there are two solutions to change the demographic and change the culture of Iran. Is to, one, they're trying to put mullahs in kindergartens. I kid you not. They're taking skilled teachers out of elementary school and kindergartens, and they're trying to replace the teachers with mullahs coming from religious, centers and stuff, with no skills in teaching, children, and they're trying to brainwash them earlier. That's one solution. And another solution is that the Ayatollahs are opening the door. They're getting the Shia, very religious Shia community from Afghanistan. Afghanistan is mostly Sunni, but they also have a large Shia community, and they're trying to bring those to Iran to change the demographic. So this is not just a European problem. We have this problem in other countries like Iran as well. There are 3 comments that Alfred started for me to read. Thank you, Alfred. This one, How do you deal with your mental health watching these incredibly crazy people every day? By coming here and yelling in front of you guys and forcing you guys to witness my outrage. That's what you guys basically are, my therapist. So you are basically, I'm using you guys. I'm using you guys to vent and just like, I'll put this all on you. So thank you guys for being my therapist free of charge. No, I'm just kidding, but thank you for listening to me. It does help. Levantix is saying, is it true that US Muslims are much more reformed and assimilated? Well, relatively, yes. And there are a couple of reasons. First of all, there's a freaking ocean between the US and Islamic countries. So US has, it's hard for people to just get on a truck and come to US. They can't, like, they actually have to be able to afford tickets and stuff like that. That's already, the ocean and the distance makes it easier for the US to be able to filter out people and, reduce, not that they don't get like some people with bad values, but it just reduces the ability for people to come to the US by a significant amount, and that makes the filtering process a bit easier. So that you get some of the worst will be easier to filter out. Yeah, but it is true relative to the to Europe. It is true. And let's look at the other last comment. Paganless is saying, Armin, no, you're quoting me. Armin is saying, can you pin the links in the chat, please? Pin the links. Oh, you're actually asking me. The links to what? The links to my sources. I will put it in the description. Okay. Are you talking about the sources that I provided for the economic claims that I made? I will put that for you in the description. Okay, so I will do that after the show. It will be very at the bottom of the description if you're looking for it. Anyways, guys, this was my show. I need to go get ready for another show. For people who don't know, I have 2 shows. I have this show, which is in English, and which is on Atheist Republic on YouTube. And then I have another show, which is also on YouTube, but that channel is called Jumhuriye Bi Khodayan, which is Persian for Atheist Republic, which is for a mostly Iranian community. It's also some people from Afghanistan and Tajikistan and some other places, but it's mostly Iranian. So I'm going to go do my show in Persian on Jumhuriye Bi Khodayan. If you speak Persian, come over and subscribe to Jumhuriye Bi Khodayan. But if you don't, make sure you subscribe to this one, Atheist Republic. Atheist Republic. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you have liked. Shame on you if you have not liked. I have gone and worked hard for you, okay? This is not just 1 hour of me speaking. This is like multiple hours of me researching and then doing 1 hour of me talking here, okay? So that deserves a like. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you leave a comment after the show is over in the comment section. That really helps boost this channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you recommend this channel to your friends and your enemies and to everyone else. Okay? Everyone else. Everyone in between. Thank you so much. Till next show. Let me see if Alfred is saying anything. Okay. No. Great. Till next show. Bye.